Okay, Monday the 29th of April, and I'm out here with the Tenacious Duck after the last video, trying to get it going and all that kind of stuff, and we had problems with it just over revving on, on touch the throttle and it would rev and it would rev, and we tried all the usual things like spraying around the carb rubbers for air leaks and that sort of thing. Couldn't find anything wrong, so in the end I put it down to jetting. 36 carbs which are on there generally run 40 size 40s slow jets, pilot jets, whatever you want to call them, and the RC24 usually runs on a 34mm carb with 38 jets in it. So we figured, right, well, we'll just go down to the 38s, and they turned up today. Very quick service from Alan's Performance, as they were recommended, and put them in. Plugged the I did a bench balance, just try to as best I could before we put them in, and plugged them in, connected everything up, start button. It took a while for the fuel to get through, and then it was struggling to go. I fired up with a bit of throttle. The idle screw was like the actual overall idle screw was screwed right off so that it wasn't interfering with the cam. And then I realised that I'd put the adapters in for the carb balancer and I'd forgotten to put the rubber pipes on, so I had air going in. I did that, sorted that out, put the pipes on, and it fired up straight away. And to be fair, the balancing that I did on the bench wasn't actually too bad. The front two cylinders were fairly close and the two rear cylinders were fairly close, but between the two was quite a big gap, so I've spent a little bit of time doing that. I've got them close. I need to just sort of tweak it a little bit because it got a bit hot under there, and anybody who's ever done carb balancing on a V4 know you can't stay in there very long unless you've got fireproof gloves on, and I don't have that long screwdriver type tool. Just a small stubby with a small extension lead, 1/4" drive thing with 7mm socket on it, so it works, but it's a bit of faffing around. Anyway, so as things stand now, aside from that last bit of balancing to do, the bike is up and running, and it's responsive off the throttle. It ticks over beautifully. The extra baffle that I put in the silencer has taken the harshness out of the exhaust sound, as you'll be able to tell by the video. And I'm about as excited as I ever get in public, if you know what I mean. So now it's a case of finish off the balancing. The valve clearances definitely need checking. There's a bit of a top end rattle on the tappet, so it's either that or I got a leaky exhaust, because it does need new exhaust gaskets. So but the valve clearances will get done anyway, just as a matter of course. But what we now have is a VF 750 with a VFR RC24 engine in it and RC36 carbs and ignition, and that actually all bloody works. So a couple of years of messing around and stuff, and I am a happy person. As a bonus, and I have absolutely no understanding as to why, unless it was just something to do with the settings, the rev counter started working again, and we're very, very happy about that. Anyway, on with the video, and as I say, this is pre messing around with the balancing, so the gauges are way out at the moment, but it still sounded nice. Crack on.